Phone presents the pre-match.
Welcome back to your friendly Australian broadcast of the ESL Pro League Season 8 at Odense. I'm here with Mac and I'm Pilly. Looking forward to some pretty good games tonight. Should be fairly interesting. 2 best-of-3 series coming up. How you feeling, mate?
I'm bloody excited, especially for the time of the morning it is over here, you know. A couple of spicy games coming up, some more AU action.
Yep.
You know, the big Renegades up against another Oceanic team.
Well, APAC, I don't know what you would really
APAC,
call it.
yeah.
Chinese team. But yeah, I mean, we've had plenty of opportunities to cast Renegades more and more now that they've changed the minor system to have, Renegades come down under and compete more in their region rather than just jump towards the Asia Minor. So we've had more opportunities to see them opposed Asia Minor teams and whatever Oceanic team makes it through. And now we're going to see another match that we'd probably expect to see at something like the Asia Minor previously, I would imagine.
Yep. No, I definitely think. What do you reckon? Which way do you reckon it's going to swing tonight?
Should be probably a Renegades favoured matchup, but ViCi are definitely no slouches. These players are all very capable. No weak point on this Chinese roster whatsoever, so expect them to bring the firepower, especially on a map like Inferno, which they previously actually just smashed Tyloo on 16-3 previously. I mean, that was a huge upset when that happened in one of the Chinese qualifiers for one of these events, but yeah, should be fairly interesting stuff. We'll see whether ViCi can take it to, if this would be the map to do it.
Oh, but we are going to see a bit of first contact here over towards the A site. Zoking looking to work towards Diggity here. High sensitivity flicking around. Good to see. Grat giving up that Archer's control and looking like we will see a total over towards the A site here.
Yep, T's have taken bracket control and they just have that smoke which is going to head into Moto, but they're actually not going to use that. They're going to use it to cut the CT to half. Grat tries to fight, but he gets absolutely deleted and they're going to stream through Archie and Matt.
We have JKS trying to hold Zoking leading the way, but Freeman taking Jacob down. Now it's all up to JKS to try to hold the wrap. Teammates coming in. Look at this, straight down the middle. The bomb should be planted successfully. JKS, what's he going to be able to do finally? Finding that headshot there. Orman going down. Zoking, though, looking for the trade. Freeman out in the open, taking down Leaz. Now it's all up to Azza to try to help his teammate out. JKS last alive in the 1v4. It's going to look pretty grim here for him. He finds one headshot. A couple of bullets left in the clip. 3 bullets, 3 men alive. Can he connect? ViCi, it's looking good for them. Zoking, another headshot there for him. First of the round. Freeman with the 3K, opening that one up. ViCi taking the T-pistol here on Inferno, and that is a nice start to the game for them.
Yeah, fantastic pistol from them. The real key difference there in that T-pistol round is just the pace at which they get very key frags there, like that one on the arch towards Gratisfaction. They take him out so quickly that they're able to make a quick, decisive decision of which bomb site to hit and exactly what play to head towards. Now we will see a force buy from Renegades, which is something that is a little more common on a map like Inferno, where you can really use your smokes to slow down the Ts and force them into choke points, maybe use some nades to get some more cheap damage and soften up those terrorists to allow the pistol to do some real work. See ViCi just taking things nice and slow, using utility to try to gain some map control and deny the aggression from the pistol as they're now grabbing some apps control. Haven't quite touched Nana just yet, so potentially we will see them start to throw some smokes or try to get some bracket control. Be interesting to see if they do opt to go and try to grab some banana control, but they really don't have very much utility to do so. Don't have any grenades or Molotovs really, except for Advent, and a few smokes and flashes are probably going to be used to actually make some kind of a play towards the end of the round. I would imagine flash into Boiler doesn't quite convert for Azza there, and he gets taken out for his aggression. Now it's going to be a stack from Renegades, but now you're seeing Freeman actually make his way up Banana and try to grab some info for ViCi.
Oh, the timing might actually favour ViCi here. They have got this bracket control, and with the smoke probably about to fade, we see ViCi fading back to mid for the moment, grouping up. I think it's Orman looking to work Carps here as well, so the split coming in, but the 4 CTs remaining. They're all here, and so is the bomb with off the flash there. We are going to see Leaz finding the first rat. Jacob trading out. I guess falls down, but Grat trying to isolate the angles here. Falls down as well. Orman too sharp with the UMP. Jacob with the AK has bomb. Oh, he's got the spray down now in the 1v1. He's going to be flanked. Footsteps coming in from behind, but he just can't get the flick, and it's going to be Freeman to clean up the round, saving just an AK, 2 HP as well, remaining on the whole of ViCi. 2 in a row.
That's just land sound right there. He was full holding W all the way up middle, just full sprint, and Jacob only really reacts just at the end there. incredibly hard to hear sometimes in these LAN conditions with those in-ears and the white noise being pumped in. So definitely not like your normal sort of circumstances in terms of being able to use sound as efficiently.
He could have fully thought that someone was coming from the A site then.
Yeah, maybe.
Positional audio a little bit rough there on the in-ears.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, very close round there. Only one alive for ViCi is going to take a huge toll in their economy. They're going to need a very, very close one here.
Oh, Advent finding 2 with the UMP. Freeman just waiting for the over-aggression. Ray down as a last alive. We'll find a second frag for the round, but ViCi 3 in a row as Renegades are going into their first gun round.
Yep, Grud's got enough money for the AWP because he didn't buy armor in that force round. He kept $700 in the bank, which is going to definitely move favorably towards the AWP fund there. ViCi going to be buying up as well. They've lost a lot of guns on a lot of their players, so only 3k on some of the boys on ViCi in terms of the better side of the money. See what kind of play they're going to go for here.
Ooh, 3 early towards the B site.
Yeah, they're going to go quickly second mid for the Ts. Renegades, they're taking banana control, which is pretty normal for them. Going very aggressively down banana, and now the rotations are going to come out, but ViCi's going to go quickly for brackets. Freeman taking a fight with someone on banana. They're really going to have to contest Grat on this A-bomb site. It's got a quick one from ViCi here.
Oh, but the molly comes out a little bit too late. It does separate the Ts. Grat finding 1, Liaz and Azza a single frag each. Orman on the tray, but in the 4v1. Orman and Grat finding those frags. Orman actually falling to Jacob there. But Renegades finally cracking the egg, finding their first round. Now only 2 behind ViCi.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see ViCi go for a fast A play. You know how many times we've watched Renegades games where they go so quickly for that banana control and they just send Jacob on a mission all the way down banana, and he does not stop. He does not stop fighting and trying to get control of that area of the map. ViCi's trying to play off of that by quickly establishing that, yes, that's what they're going for, Freeman taking that fight from bottom. And then they try to quickly go bracket, but it just didn't work out for them at all. Now they've forced up and they're going to go for a quick one towards B.
Oh, but as you were saying, Jacob straight down banana, 2 fast frags, but can't get the third. JKS actually finishing off Zoking with that Molotov. So it's down to a 2v4, and Renegades won this situation last time, but the 2-2 setup for the Renegades seems to be the play.
How do you get those frads, man? He's a full white, like, strafing, and he double headshot of them.
Ah, I don't know. It's RNG. You know, pray to RNG Jesus, and you will be blessed at some point or another.
Keep that in mind. Only 2 of these Ts left alive. I mean, Orman's going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting with the AK, isn't he?
He definitely will. Can he find the angles, though? You have Grat there with the AWP, but it looks like he might actually be watching the dig push, as Liaz will be left to watch Carps, but...
He's on his bike.
He's made his way up to Nifty. Liaz with the angle. Oh, the timing, though. Orman coming out on top there. Now 2v3. Only 1 man remaining here on the site, as Azra is still trying to rotate in, but there's the angle, and the bomb is down in pit. Oh, what an angle. Grat just all over it there with the AWP, and finding a second for the Renegades.
So quick, so fluid. Just reacts so quickly. It's like his mouse is an extension of his arm sometimes.
His what?
His mouse is an extension of his arm.
I thought you said his house. I was like, how's he got his house on his arm?
Yep, that too.
Oh, and there's the quick replay. The 2
He is that good, in fact.
Running spray shots.
It's a save for ViCi. Renegades straight back into it. They have an absolute rock solid CT side on this map, and it is...
3 in a row for him. Look at that. Nutty gameplay.
Yeah. It is pretty important to note that the better side for this map of Infernos for ViCi is also their CT side, whereas their T side can be a bit hit and miss. So it's going to be important for them to try to get as many of these T rounds as they can, Mac, and then maybe they'll have a chance of really putting a stopper on Renegade's T side. Because Renegade's T side, it's all right on this map. It's pretty decent. You know, they do a good job, but it's the CT side is definitely their better side for sure. I would say on Inferno.
So
would you agree?
You think that they would need to get about be pretty safe?
Yeah. Look, I'd say probably you want to be hitting the double digits.
Okay.
But we'll see how things go. As for ViCi, I mean, it's going to be the battle of the CT sides. This map in particular. It's been a while since I've seen ViCi play, and I feel like that's what you have to say every time you cast them, because they really just don't go to many overseas events. Usually when we cast them, it's in these China qualifiers. Here comes the app control, though, and Renegades are actually fighting this one.
So they will get aggressive. Orman actually finding both the frags there on A. Now it's all up to Azza to try to hold He's in a rough position here at Diggity. We'll have to face one way or the other. Can't connect the bullets, so now it's going to be a rough one. Kaze shutting him down. Now Jacob is already at Library, so he might be able to bring this one back from the depths, trying to use that Molotov as a little bit of cover. But it looks like the call to save might have been made. Kaze can't connect. Now Jacob should be able to fall back, and both rifles may be saved. ViCi, though, not sure if they are going to go for the hunt, expecting Renegades to have that little bit of extra bank there.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see them throw that kind of a play in when they have a bit more money to play with, just in case it doesn't work out. I like to see that from the C-tier teams. Sometimes it's better to rely on your strongest player when you're really up against it and you can't afford to be reset, and then throw a few more of the tricky ones in when you got some more money to play with. Maybe buy those double orbs or throw a few different setups in. So they throw that app setup in. They get absolutely destroyed, though, from Zoking's incredible spray through the wall there, really making sure that he's tapping down all those angles through the wall and clearing things out for Orman, who comes up and just absolutely cleans house through that apartment.
It's just free information.
Yeah. Free damage as well.
Yep.
So, good stuff from ViCi. But question being is that, you know, that's a really good part of their default that's worked out beautifully for them around. They've been able to convert that very cleanly. But that doesn't necessarily convince me that they can turn a lot of these T rounds where they don't get a massive advantage like that early on into round wins, and they're going to need to be doing that a lot more if they're going to have a more convincing half here up against the Renegades. Going to need to earn this these rounds, every single one of them. Freebie, let's be honest.
Yeah. But hopefully the Renegades can not give away too many more freebies, make ViCi work for their rounds here.
Speaking of freebies, I mean, look at the Nana control for Renegades. That's just holding onto that all on his lonesome. So King lining up the molly to the top of the dig roof, I believe. And Kaze is going to be throwing that progression smoke towards jungle. Could also be a moto smoke. Looks like a moto smoke or a library smoke.
But ViCi here might be walking straight into the stack. Jacob at Archers playing the off angle, waiting for the push to come in. Someone's done their homework, and it seems to be Renegades at the moment. But they just need to connect these shots, not get their heads ripped off through walls. Lots of noise being made from ViCi, but it looks like they are going to regroup and reposition.
And the perfectly timed push. Jacob so good at catching his opponent up off guard.
Yep. 2K spray down, traded out by Kaze here. Liazzo up on the bicycle. Not quite spotted, but pre-scoped.
With this off angle from JKS though in Graveyard, it's going to be impossible for Kaze to pre-aim that one. He's going to die here, I'd say.
Oh, pre-scoped as well. How good is he at isolating the angles? Oh, but there comes the slow push. Headshot for JKS, looking for a bit more, but Orman gets the trade. Back to the 2v2 on the site as Grat is late on the rotation. But Azarias holding strong. Freeman and Orman, the man combo going straight down as Renegades tie it up at 4 rounds each yet again.
And that's the problem with ViCi there, like on their T side, it seems like exactly what we said in the last time. I mean, it's great when they get a massive advantage, they're able to convert it and make a decisive decision. But when Renegades doesn't give them anything to work with, they seem confused. Like, they didn't really know what they wanted to do once they threw that progression smoke towards jungle. They took the brackets control, and they're taking a while to set up their next play. And before they can have a good amount of time and a good idea of what's our next step here on the T side, what do we want to go for with our next move, Jacob just gets in their face and pushes them in before they even have an opportunity to make that round competitive.
It looks like Jacob did want to push down Banana there again, but the smoke to deny the Molotov, I believe that was. Just
yeah, so they just
Jacob
smoke
down.
out the Olaf molly, and they're waiting out this early util from Renegades, but Renegades isn't going to give up Banana, they're going to keep fighting.
Oh, and just like that, through the edge of the smoke, JKS is going to find one more. Beautiful headshot on the opponent that he could not see, just spraying at the bullets, the location they were coming from. King wanting to go for the trade, Flash coming out all the way up, and he's going to be successful at clearing out JKS, but there's one more man here, and that is Jacob. It's Sandbags, not giving up the map control that ViCi definitely want here. And in the 3v4, we're going to see Zoking up on the wall, just aggressive as anything. Grat can't trade. But with the Molotov, we are going to see Zoking going straight through that one. Through the first couple of ticks, will deny any extra damage done by the CTs. But Grat, the view model, just blocking any information there. Zoking finding the headshot. Now it's down to a 3v2. ViCi with the man advantage, but the bomb's all the way over at A. The rotations have come out, and this is a free site for ViCi.
That's great work from ViCi there. Just trying to realize how Renegades is playing banana there. They use the smoke on Olaf in the earlier parts of that round and just wait out the rest of the utility. You don't want to fight the CTs on banana once they expend that utility from the top of banana. You sort of just want to wait it out, and then you choose a time in the round where you think it's advantageous for you to push, which is probably further towards the mid round, or at least when they've used a couple of Molotovs and you have a better idea of, you know, when it's a better time to try and take some banana control, and they do that beautifully. Smoke onto the Olaf, they just wait things out nice and patiently, take it. Zoking with a ridiculous shot there, and that's something that we see from him a lot on the rifle. When this guy's on, it's absolutely ridiculous some of the shots he can hit.
Look how high his sense is too.
I'm not sure he actually does play on high sense. I think he plays on quite low sense, if I remember correctly, and you should see like videos of him swinging his arm around like crazy. I'm going to check this now, but yeah.
Alrighty.
He is a full arm gamer. Like, he leans all the way in.
Oh,
going hard.
Right into the screen as well. Lovely, lovely.
Let's double check our facts here.
Alrighty.
Anyway, though,
into the 10th, we do see ViCi. They've just edged out on the Renegades, 5-4. We are going to see a full buy coming out from both teams. Liaz himself that AK as well. You know, after saving those 2 rifles, the economy it's still looking okay for Renegades. Not sure if they can buy if they lose yet another, but ViCi are in a good position. Looking to put up a 6th, and here comes the boost up onto the wall. Rat will take a couple of ticks of damage from the Molotov, but it won't force him back. And he's just going to hold this banana control. ViCi not getting too aggressive. They might be looking for this apps control and to potentially split over towards A yet again. But everything will go slow for a moment. Grat has been left solo, so the 4-man stack is here on A. And it worked out before for the Renegades, but will it work out again?
So he does play on a higher sense, you are correct.
Mate, it looks too shaky to be
someone else. Same thing from ViCi though, as they tried in the last time, but they didn't really shake him until he made for the mid-round push. There's a quick headshot from Zoking. JKS trying to tap away through that smoke. Brackets control belongs to ViCi, but let's be real, this is still a 3v3 A bomb site.
Oh, but there you go, JKS. Eventually on the trade, Jacob did get punished for going straight through that smoke. Tried to catch the T's off guard, sorry. But just not this time. So JKS has been spotted there, stuck at Moto for the moment. But Grat is still here and holding, although the timing, thinking that someone could have potentially gone through arches there. Beautiful timing on the peak to take Freeman down. And the remaining 2 T's are both here, ready and waiting. But Grat's too fast. Grat's too sharp here. He will eventually go down to Orman, but the fast rotation has started to come out already. 10 seconds to get to site and get this bomb planted. Now it's all up to JKS to try to deny it. But with the smoke, he might just decide to go for the retake here. Not much time, and it looks like Orman may just try to save, or at least die before the timer goes down. And Azza will do the honours there. The 2-tap on the head, and the 5th round for the Renegades.
Yeah, and that's going to put a lot of strain on the ViCi economy, unfortunately. They have gotten closer and closer every time to breaking this Renegades economy and keeping the rounds, you know, somewhat close. But the problem is that Renegades, you know, they keep surviving with 2 or 3 people alive a lot of the time, and that's just not good enough if you're looking to break down this CT economy, which is a good sort of strategy if you're trying to get a couple of rounds on the board in a row. One of the best ways on the T side is just really chip down that CT economy, but it feels like every round Renegades has had full util, all the mollies, all the smokes, just enough money to buy everything that they need, and that's making things incredibly difficult for ViCi. Grenades are very important on Inferno, and Renegades certainly knows how to use them. Again, setting up Grat on Banana. ViCi haven't really had an answer for him over there.
Well, if there's one thing we've seen Renegades lose to before, it's pistols.
That's true.
So we'll see how this one goes for ViCi. What they decide to do here over on A. There are 4 CTs that they will have to face. All pretty turtled up yet again.
I'd say it's probably... Advent's heading back now, so maybe back towards Banana here.
Oh, but Grat doesn't have a smoke or a molly. He's already used them.
Look, he's playing anti. Advent throws out the flash, but he doesn't quite get the timing right. So they're all running him down now. Hits the first one.
Oh my golly gosh. Zoking, how did that one feel? I'm sure not too great. There we are, pushing across, but Grat swinging wide yet again. And the reinforcements coming just in time. Jacob with 2, Liaz with 1. And that is a 6th round for the Renegades, who finally take that lead. Only by 1 round, but a couple of dirty shots from Grat to lock that one down.
100%. Zoking and Kaze's money still not looking too good, so I don't know how I'd feel about buying into this one. I'd like to see a pause here from ViCi to really talk about the pros and cons of all their decisions economically, but they don't just buy straight into it. They don't really have the best of utility. They've had to go down to 3 Galils and look 5 head armors all across the side of Renegades. So no free unarmored CT headshots will be gained by ViCi.
Oh, but they know they've spotted the scope, and that is a free kill with the AK there. Jacob just managing to fall back in time. And with the utility that was thrown, they might actually know that there are still 2 CTs remaining on the B site. But with the banana control, they slow down just for a moment. As they do have, I think it's Orman there, still working over towards apartments, trying to find an entry off of a misplay.
Key player in this round to really keep an eye on in terms of the radar is probably Gaza, because he can potentially either choose the right side to rotate to and win them the round that way, or choose a good time to push bracket or just check, or maybe set Liaz up to get some information or something of that kind. And if he does that at the right timing, he can potentially just win the Renegades the round by either gathering info or getting a really key pick. Gonna creep over towards bracket. He's just moving back and forth now. But it looks like ViCi have decided it's over towards B. How much util we got? Jacob's still got a smoke. He just drops it then. JKS one flashbang. He's actually rotating. Oh, he's coming back.
Good timing though. ViCi all grouped up, ready to push in. They might, oh, the audible might have been called to go back to the A site. Falling back.
Azza's still in that jungle position. He can catch them unawares before they even make it up bracket. They're going to have to rush up bracket. 20 seconds to go. They're not going to be able to check him.
Oh, but Azza shutting Orman down, looking for another. Peeking and Zoking goes for the jump. Not sure if that was intended. Bomb falls down and there's 10 seconds to plant. Azza will fall, but I'm not sure if there's any time for Freeman to pick this bomb up and try to get to the site. Looks like he's just going to try to save the AWP. Crossing over towards second. Might just be able to do it. But the CTs, if they get the right timing here, could kill him after the... And I think they just have
$600 in the bank for Freeman. That's a huge, huge play there by Renegades, and that's a feels bad if you're ViCi. That positioning by Azza, absolutely flawless though, shutting down the A-bomb site before it even came out. And I mean, there's a fine line between silly positioning and very, very smart positioning, and that really comes down to what's the clock looking like and what kind of a player the T's going for. And I mean, that's an extremely smart position to put yourself in, but if Azza's there maybe 20 or 30 seconds before, that's not a terribly good position. So context is everything there. Shuts them down, coming up bracket with very limited time. Really nice off angle. That's going to net Renegades another round and potentially a run to 10 rounds in this half, because, I mean, ViCi, it's probably just a single save for them, but Freeman's going to have a pistol next.
Oh, well, he's back down to 100, so he's committed.
Let's be honest, though. I mean, ViCi have 5 rounds already, and we know that they have a pretty good CT side, at least from the last time I watched them, which was a long time ago in one of the Chinese qualifiers where they demolished Tailu on this map. So if they can bring that kind of form up against Renegades, then potential is here for them to be able to take a map, especially a map like Inferno, which is probably Renegade's best map, I would say.
But there's the info. The T's are aware that Azza will be holding this diggity angle. Jacob, though, may actually get aggressive here, finding one and a second, make it. Oh, no, not a third. 50-50, too sharp. JKS can't actually find a single frag there. The last remaining player, they know that he's archers. He's grabbed himself that M4, but the bomb is down to diggity, straight in front of Azza, and in the 3v1, it's going to be rough. But Zoking, I think he's just managed to cross to Cubby without being spotted. But there's the timing. Azza, spotted. This high sands potentially just not doing what he wants it to do. And Azza, beautiful peek there with the flash. Great teamwork shown by the Renegades to pick up an 8th round, 3 in the lead over ViCi, who may buy into this round. Looks like the call has been made. Freeman probably on a UMP or something of the like.
Let's see what the call is here from ViCi. Gonna have to put Freeman in some kind of position where he can make that lackluster weaponry work. Straight on the ump, like you said, but there isn't full head armor across the CT side, so it's going to make it a lot harder for an ump to work unless you put it in the right position. He's actually going to be the player towards B.
Kaze with the glass cannon as well. No body armor on him, could fall early to
Look at that
utility.
nade from Azza. He was in dig and he threw it over the roof and dunked Zoking as he tries to jump up towards the balcony.
Oh, the timing. Someone was telling me that was called a nerd nade. There you go.
That's a Call of Duty term. That's a throwback right there.
Yep. That's probably Jim. Old mate Jim, my mate. But yeah, so Grat will be solo here at the top of Banana for the moment. CT's just playing it passive.
I mean, he's been doing this the whole half, and ViCi's never really been able to contest that.
Yep.
They've never had Banana this entire game. The only times when they've had Banana this entire half is when Renegades have been like, you can have Banana this round. That's okay.
The default seems to be getting this bracket control.
It gets it consistently, but how consistently does it convert into rounds? Almost never.
Well, 5 out of 14 or 13.
Well,
apparently.
It wasn't usually the bracket control, I would say. I mean, how many rounds did they really win off of that? I'm trying to think, maybe one?
Maybe. Anyway, here we are. Crossfire towards balcony. Liaz playing anti-flash.
Great flash.
There you go. He's got the angle. He's found two. JKS fighting on the stairs at pit. Liaz, though, perfect position. Wanting to upgrade to the AK, but he would just go for the push. Looking for the knife, but Azza will steal it. 2K for himself. And Renegades finding 9. So 4 in the lead over ViCi at the moment. And now into the final round of the half. ViCi's economy essentially in the bin. What are they going to opt for? Maybe some Galils again. Potentially light utility. Not too sure.
Probably AK light utility and just try to get some pretty early aim duels or set themselves up for something very specific, I would imagine. And, I mean, ViCi just doesn't seem to be able to deal with these late round crossfires at all, and they don't seem to be able to get Nana control, so let's be real. Can't do two of those pretty important things. Getting 5 rounds is, like, still pretty good.
Well, that was a good start to the final round for the CTs. Grat, though, going to be shut down. Just letting the angles there. Advent. Too sharp with the UMP falling back. Well, he still does have his life. No man advantage for ViCi. Not just yet, but great trade, given the situation. Oh, but here we are. Orman, he's got the angle. Azza, though, 2K. Coming in hot from Diggity. He's going to be shut down. Orman is so good at opening up this A site. They should have put him on the books a little earlier. Anyway, 2v2. Bomber's gone down for ViCi, and the retake will be coming in. JKS and Jacob, the B site duo.
These have been two of the scarier players from ViCi thus far as well.
Oh!
That's why.
But what a flick. Beautiful headshot there, tapping down. Final round of the half. JKS will have to go for this one. 1v2, and Orman looking for the timing. And he will absolutely demolish that one. JKS, noggin in the bin. 9 rounds for Renegades and 6 for ViCi. So Renegades will be leading the old scoreline by 3 going into the second half. And ViCi might have set themselves up for the W.
Look, I have to say, Mac, like, Renegades is looking pretty solid across most of the half. They never really had much economy troubles, which is going to make it a lot easier for them. But the fact that ViCi got 6 rounds when they never seemed to be able to deal with those pit, like, site crossfires, they never really seemed to be able to get banana control very much unless Renegades let them have it. The fact that they got 6 rounds without having to do 2 very sort of crucial, fundamental sort of plays on Inferno, I would say, or conquering 2 of the harder challenges is pretty astonishing. They seem to just go for that jungle sort of bracket control every single round, and the other rounds were really some scrappy ones where Renegades, you know, let's be real, the entire half they were pretty much just aggressively taking fights. Azza was very individually fighting Diggity, and Jacob was fighting jungle by himself or pushing down Banana. Like, very individualistic play out of Renegades, and it's clear that they feel like they're the better team and they don't need to play off each other as much, whereas they can kind of just play off feel. And you have to say, I mean, if you just look at the round counts on the board, it feels like he got away with murder a couple of those rounds, really. Even
Grat, too. It's so aggressively posted pretty much every round.
Just re-peeking again and again into Banana.
Yep.
Time
that round where he got three frags, just re-peeking, and then eventually he fell down.
Scope. Yep.
You know, just doing that damage that is pretty much unrecoverable from. Anyway, we are in the second half. Pistol round. Grat and Jacob playing the off angle here, waiting for some aggression down Banana, as the rest of the Renegades will still be holding in T-spawn.
Yeah, I'd say Liaz is going to throw a flash over the top and it completely whites Orman there. He's got to have to fall back, so they do get Banana control. Got 2 smokes, a flash, and a Molotov. Pretty much ideal utility to be able to throw a really good B-side execute. Smoke on Coffins and CT there. Molly to new box and a flash over the top.
But it's only just drawing the rotations now. Orman find something through the smoke, but Jacob will open up the site there. So in the 4v5, the bomb should be planted successfully. Thrown over to Azza. So the smoke will start to fade by the time the bomb starts to go down, and that will allow the time for the rotation to come in from the CTs. So Zoking now waiting for aggression at the smoke there towards CT. 2-2 setup, looking to try Norman though, punishing Drought for being over-aggressive. Zoking gets the headshot as well. Now Azza gets the lineup. We'll find one, but a good trade from Kaze to bring it back. Now on the 2v2. Oh, JKS with a dirty, dirty fade shot. He's found himself 2 as well. Now it's off to Orman in the 1v2. He's tapped the bomb, and here comes the face. Perfect teamwork from Renegades to close that one out, but looked a little dicey for a moment before JKS got some nasty, nasty shots there.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good pistol round for Renegades to win. Will ViCi force up into this one, as is pretty standard, I would say, for most teams. It's looking like they will. Because let's be real, I mean, do you want to try to force these T's into some choke points up against pistols where you can smoke off the angles, or do you want to play around where you have rifles and very limited utility? To be honest, I mean, it's probably better to go for this approach. You're going to try and take the banana control without any Molotovs on the side of ViCi. It's pretty surprising, and this is exactly why. One flash over the top, and you can't. Nothing stops Azza actually just getting up into banana there, except for that pop flash.
And the aggression. Zoking wanted the trade so badly. Advent will eventually get it, but now it's a 3v4. Kaze with the shotgun has been spotted at Diggity. Freeman there with the deagle. Is this the position? Oh, he can't connect. He's gone for the whiff. Kaze and Freeman both getting taken out of the serve, and now it's a 3v1. Advent last alive. They were aware of his positioning as he has started to rotate over towards Library. But it seems Jacob with the AK will have the range against the 5-7. And it looks like we are going to see Renegades take it to legs 11 as Advent tries to save the 5-7 in armor.
Yeah, you could save it into the next one, because ViCi is definitely going to be saving up. Trying to get towards that 12-6 round where they'll have all of the util and rifles they desire.
Oh, well, good round from Renegades. Unfortunately, ViCi, there was a couple of whiffs there over on the ace site. The deagle at close range, we've spoken about it before, it can be so deadly. It's 2 body shots at that range. Yep. All he needed to do was aim at the body, not at the head.
And they're all running out together. Potential for collateral damage there for sure.
Yep.
Very strange that ViCi tried to go for the banana control there with like no mollies or anything. I mean, they were relying on the flashes to work out. Did actually work out, but as it gets a little fortunate. Now as is looking to farm up some money on these ecoing CTs. That would definitely be good for the old Renegades economy.
Mac 10. Great weapon, by the way. Just pointing that one out there.
If he gets a lot of kills here, you check for the next round whether he buys an AWP and swaps with Grat for the Galil if they're both alive.
Mm-hmm. You know, doing the teamwork there. Taking the worst weapons, but playing the economy game. Always a smart decision. Oh, Advent had the right idea there, going straight through the smoke. Looking for the damage, but unfortunately for him, Jacob was actually crouched.
So I'd say Azza's, I might just run into B here to see how many CTs he actually encounters.
Yep. Information plays for days, just waiting. But CTs, look at the patience. Just holding his crossfire, trying to play off one another. Kaze will be sent out and through the smoke. Zoking.
That's
fall as well.
From Azza. He gets the info and he gets 1,200 in the bank thus far. Potentially more.
Oh, but the
Advent's
timing.
got the armor though.
He hasn't spotted this at all, so Azza still in the corner. Not going to be hard cleared either. Oh, that's another 2 as he got the ace. There you go. Eco ace with the Mac 10. You couldn't ask for any more. And that is the AWP as well.
$3,000.
My golly gosh. Anyway, Renegades now with a 6-round lead over ViCi, and it doesn't look like we have seen the AWP bought just yet. So Renegades have actually called a little timeout there.
He needs to take a timeout to work out how much money he just made. How much tax is he going to get off of that for that one round?
Oh, hopefully not too much. Well, he's overseas at the moment. Not sure what the tax rate is over there, but hopefully someone
Inferno
can...
is probably on one of those like tax-free islands.
Oh,
That's why everyone just gets flat numbers into the bank account.
Depends on where the bank account is. That's always the main question, right?
True.
Anyway, we are at the end of the timeout, and it looks we might actually see a bonus round coming out. As they're actually going huge today, 25 for 9 already.
I mean, just look at how he's playing, though. Like, he's just in kill mode. He's just re-peeking Diggity, walking up with the rifle, killing everyone.
Yep.
It's kind of demoralizing play when there's a team like ViCi coming into an international event, you know. you want your opponent to give you a little bit of respect so you can have the potential to be able to do something. Kaze with the AWP, though, is potential here for ViCi. He needs to really start activating, so that could give Renegades some problems.
But the bonus round looks like we are going to see a faster play coming out, although Azza at the back with the MAC-10.
That flash, though.
Good flashes. Kaze just barely gets away.
That
Hits the
hop.
B-hop at the last moment, although Orman not ready, does not have his gun out, and he will be punished as well. So Jacob and Liaz finding 2 frags there. There is only 1 man remaining on the B site, and that will be Advent. Throwing a little bit of utility, trying to isolate what he has to actually watch as the wrap comes in. But no banana players. And the timing as, oh, look at this. Smoke at Con, Renegade straight down the middle. We saw ViCi do it earlier, but it seems that it's working out a little bit better for the Renegades. JKS on the lurk, taking Zoking out of the server. There is 1 man remaining here, that's Freeman, but Advent in Con. Oh, almost gets fortunate there. Dinks Grat through the wall, I believe. JKS finding Freeman there eventually over towards the A site. And that is all of the rifles out of the hands of ViCi. No save for them. Money essentially in the bin. They might be able to go for the old pistol armor. But 13 rounds for Renegades. ViCi may want that extra utility going into the next round.
Look, this is the nightmare scenario when you go overseas to an international tournament. You know, Renegades are giving ViCi absolutely no respect. They're in a situation where they've barely had the opportunity to be able to play a proper gun round up against Renegades.
And Azza's still got the Galil as well. So absolutely no respect. The bonus round paying dividends.
Yeah, but like, I mean, they haven't even been given an opportunity to really play their game. Like, Renegades is just no respect mode.
Yeah.
And that's like the nightmare, really, because you really want to just, I mean, you had Astralis first up, now you're up against the Renegades that are in absolute domination mode. You're about to go home potentially after only a couple of maps and you've never got an opportunity to even play your game back.
Speaking of playing games there, I think was it Zoki? Might have been Advent at the sandbags, just managing to bait the aggression from Azza. Good trades though, Jacob. He's opened up the A site. The ball's gone down, and then the 3v4. It's going to be rough for ViCi to bring this one back, but they're going to try to do it regardless. Jacob on the trade there. Zoking getting the headshot onto Liaz with the Galil, but in the 1v3 and only 48 HP, it's looking rough. JKS up on the pallet, looks away at just the wrong moment. Now in the 2v1, it looks like Zoking is going to try to save the Galil. He's got a smoke and some armor, but look at this, the lurk's already at the top of Banana. Jacob catching Zoking off guard completely.
In a 2v1, how demoralizing is that?
Yeah,
like, you're
rushing
like, 2v1,
Banana.
They're probably opportunity for me to maybe go for this one, so they're probably crossfiring on the bomb site, right, Ron?
Yep.
He's already on the hunt.
Yep.
No problem, Grat can hold on to the bomb for me.
Exactly. They're 7 rounds ahead already. They're about to be 8. Why the hell would they, you know, save? Do the smart thing. Anyway, you know, that was the smart thing. It got the extra gun out of the hands of ViCi, kept that economy low, as there is only 2 rounds left in the game, essentially, if Renegades can get the next 2. ViCi, on the other hand, they are on the guns again. Let's see if they're able to actually pick up a round off of it.
Look, I would just love to see the stats of the situation that ViCi's in now for potentially winning the game. I'd say they are extremely low. When the Ts have this much economy, and as CTs you're constantly fighting to keep your head above water, financially speaking, and trying to keep a lot of players alive on the comeback train, it's just not possible. Eventually something's got to give. You're going to have a bit of a reset. The only way you're able to come back into a CT half is A, you're able to get a lot of clean rounds in a row, maybe 4 or 5 to get the money going, or B, you're very good with the pistols, Mac. One or the other.
Or you open up with the AWP.
Well, that's a good way to start getting some clean rounds going.
If they can start winning some rounds without losing any weapons, there might be a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it doesn't seem too likely. They've got this man advantage. Let's see what they can do with it. The bomb's still down at the bottom of second mid at the moment, but the 2-man setup from Renegades here was going to prove effective. Kaze biting off more than he could chew, not ready for Grat to be posted.
Look at JKS, he's just waiting for the balcony guy to come in to trade Grat or something of that nature.
Yep.
Freeman's actually playing in the pit though, but he's going to have a lot of work to do. So many Molotovs on a lot of these players, and there it's one from Azza. Double into the pit, actually.
Oh, the beret's been spotted, and that is the angle for Freeman, looking for another, which he's going to find before being traded out by Grat. Now it's off to Zoking to try to hold Ormond, though, picking up 2 frags, and that is 3 guns saved going into the 22nd round. So ViCi, keeping the dream alive, should be able to drop some weapons, but as you said, that economy will still be quite low. And this could be the reset coming in from Renegades if they are able to put another round on the board.
Yeah, potentially. Money's not terrible. Could buy up again into the next one. Zoking's really going to be struggling. Kaze as well. Starting to get a little bit lower there. Would have about 3k if they lost this one, so definitely still a must win. I would agree with you there. Flash coming out from Azza. Another quick play towards second mid. The same thing as last round from Renegades. Going to be a quick one towards the bracket. That's a great nade coming out.
Liaz catching that one perfectly.
This Nana control from ViCi. Are they going to go for a quick flank behind when they hear this bracket control coming out, though? That's my question.
Not just yet, though.
Not budging, they're just crossfiring in Banana, and that could be very dangerous.
Oh, but Zoking could be caught off guard here. He seems to be ready, knowing that Archers was open, but he gets the lineup. We'll find the first. Stuck on the wall, though. He does get traded out, so now we are back to a 4v4, and CT control is in the hands of the Renegades.
Look at this, beautiful from Renegades. They just put the brakes on. They wait for ViCi, who they really need to find out what Renegades is doing, because it's only a matter of time until Renegades into a bomb site with 4 people, and there's no potential for gamble stacking. You don't know how much information there is. Here's the move from ViCi, though, and this is JKS is already ready for it, but Advent with the double dink.
Ooh, and at the end of the round, well, but there you go. Brad's actually given up the position there with the op shot. Jacob finding Freeman. Was caught out over towards Moto. And the other two CTs rotating back towards Banana, expecting the bomb to go towards B here. As Kaze hasn't spotted anything else. He's made his way to Diggity, but with 20 seconds remaining, Renegades will have to make a decision shortly. There's not a lot of utility left. Advent and Kaze both only with flashes and a molly for Orman. But 10 seconds. Surely we are going to see a smoke push come out here. Orman has got the molly. He has to make a decision, but the bomb is going to be planted at second oranges, and that couldn't be the more perfect place to get that bomb planted. Now, in the 3v3, we are going to see the bomb planted quite open, but T's in perfect post plants, at least for the moment. Here we are, the execute coming in on the re. Find one. There's one at Paul. Jacob, though, gets the angle onto Orman. Now it's up to Advent, who's given up his position. 1v2, looking to stick it. 1v1, actually, he got the angle. Jacob just peeking at the perfect moment, thinking that Advent was off the bomb, but he just couldn't clutch it out. Not much time left on the defuse either.
There it is, some of the richer boys on ViCi with 3k across the board. The rest of them, pistol armor. That's a rough one for ViCi, a map that they should have potentially been able to contest Renegades on a little bit more, potentially, in my mind, but unfortunately they never really got. The best they did was, on the T side, be able to successfully run that bracket control and really punish Renegades for some of their brash sort of plays, but that's the best they did in this whole map. Apart from that, it's just been all Renegades. They're looking fully confident. They're playing the kind of style that, even if they are playing a bit brash and individualistic, it doesn't matter because they're really focusing on the firepower and just trusting their instincts. And even if one of you makes a mistake and messes up a little bit, you're relying on the rest of the boys to come through with the goods.
Oh, but that's a good way to work that economy back in your favour.
Yeah, 900. Oh, is it? Wait, it's
900.
900 for that, yep.
Pretty sure it's 900 with a swag 7. Anyway, ViCi with the man advantage yet again. They are playing that double dig setup. It was triple, but the rotation's starting to come out. The bomb's still down at mid for the Renegades, deciding where they actually want to head, looking to take this bracket control. Although, there you go, Freeman, he's been spotted, and he'll be shot in the elbow. There we are, finished off eventually. Kaze finding yet another, but the trade comes out from JKS. Now it's down to the 3v2. Although it's now a 2v2. Trades are plenty all over the place. The bomb has been left at mid, so 30 seconds remaining. We are going to see Renegades looking to split onto the A site. It's up to Zoking to try to hold. He's not at dark. He's playing the slight off angle. Goblining, if you will. Although Liaz, he's checked it, but he hasn't cleared it hard. It's off to JKS. He's been dinked on the edge of the wall there. 25 HP remaining for him. The bomb is down and he's got 10 seconds. Orman, though, his head has been spotted and taken off. Is this going to be the play? No, Zoking. Good trade with a bit of a wide swing coming out from behind default. And ViCi keeping that dream alive, but their economy is still so low.
Yep. Unfortunately, you know, going to be able to have enough money to be able to buy all the utility they need to contest this one. They have the AWP on Kaze. Orman having to step down to the arm, but Advent's not going to have a fantastic weapon, so I mean, It's going to have to be Zoking doing some of the heavy lifting. Kaze and Advent stepping up a little bit more on this CT side than we saw of them on the T side, and they're going to need to continue to do so. Renegades' economy really starting to struggle now, so this will be a great round for ViCi to win. If they're able to win it cleanly and hold on to a lot of their guns and put Renegades on the eco and then potentially win that next one, we're looking at potential for a bit of a comeback train. But unfortunately, at this point, with Renegades on match point, it only takes one mistake from one player, and that's the map over. And unfortunately, when you got to win, what, 7 rounds in a row to put it to OT, and you can't make one critical error individually across all 5 of you, I'd say that's probably not going to happen.
Well, you can believe. A girl can dream. And you know, so can ViCi. We are going to see Orman boosted up at B, but not left alone, not for the moment anyway. 2-man set up at CT. And Freeman up on the balcony at the end of Carps. So, not a huge amount of trade potential here for the CTs, but we are going to see Zoking and Kaze connecting. And now they've got the 2-man advantage.
Zoking doing the exact same thing that Renegades was doing to them on their CT side.
Yeah.
He's just going aggressive with the rifle over towards the bracket, showing them no respect. He's clearly feeling it, and that's giving ViCi a lot more room to work with in this round in particular.
Him and Orman seem to be looking like the sharpest pair there for ViCi.
Yeah, here's the problem though. If Renegades get onto this bomb site cleanly, then it might not matter, and that's looking like what has happened. How many rounds in 3v5s and 4v5s have we seen? One on B by the T's just storming in, getting the entries back?
I'm not sure. Too many. Anyway, there we are, Zoking. Boost. No trade potential just yet. Rat. Giving up the position, but he will get the headshot onto Kaze. Still hold. Relying on Jacob to find the the perfect timing on the peak. Double facing towards CT. We are going to see the trade, but now in the 1v2. Advent's low, but so Zoking.
No kit.
Managed to find himself the AWP, but Advent's going to face. Oh, he whiffs the flick. So that's uncharacteristic-like for this man.
Yeah.
But, you know, good job to ViCi. They've just managed to get the defuse.
One alive though, Mac. It's one alive.
Oh no, but there is pushing 4K in the bank for a few people. Advent should be able to drop that AWP, which he managed to save as well, so that's good for Kaze.
Okay, speaking of saves, I mean, Renegade's probably on one, although, I mean, there's no real point going for the Force, I would say.
The way to let ViCi back in the game.
It would probably be a very sort of, how would I say, a very set strat where they're like, we can win with pistols, it's fine.
Yep.
But, you know, when you're on match point, there's no point really forcing up to try and break the economy, because the economy is sort of irrelevant.
Yep. A wise man once told me, if you are so far in the lead, the only way you can really throw it is if you force and force and force. And it looks like Renegades are going to test me with that theory. You know, 2 CZs, 3 AKs.
Maybe they want to be, it's been too easy so far, Mac. It's been too easy.
It has been.
They want a bit of a challenge. See if they can play it on hard mode.
Well, ViCi are challenging them, you know, in the best way possible.
I mean, this would be where they need to get it rolling, and I mean, I guess they've been okay thus far on the CT side when they've had some things to work with. Kaze started to power up a little bit more, but it's really been Zoking and Orman who've been the main difference makers, and again, Zoking's going to play aggressively up onto bracket. Freeman's anti-flash on top of the dig roof.
Oh, but they know Zoking's close. Surely they heard that smoke. Apparently not. Crossfire so strong here. Freeman finding 2. Zoking and Orman a single frag each, but the trades have come out. And Adri's got the knife out. He's gone for the right click as Advent goes straight through that smoke. What do you know? So double digits now for ViCi. Bit of a crazy little, you know, escapade going on there at the top of mid.
Interesting setup there from ViCi. I mean, you'd probably expect Renegades to be on a bit lower of a buy, and they'd choose that round to go for that kind of a setup.
Yep.
It's kind of questionable. It definitely caught Renegades off guard. If I was the caller on the T side here, I would probably be saying, like, they're probably going to play safe. They're going to use some utility, fall back to crossfire on the site. Nope. So the double aggression on the bracket with the crossfire, it works out beautifully for them in that case. I'm not sure over a larger sample size how effective that would be. Tell you what is effective though,
if you fight
Jacob picking up an AK.
Yep, that's always going to help,
Timing,
unless Zoking obviously takes that straight back out of the hands. Well, here we are, the trade noise being made. JKS going to be spotted on the corner there.
He's on fire.
Zoking's just so sharp. The man, he's, you know, I reckon at long range, he's not not the greatest. You know, that high sensitivity makes it hard to aim. But, you know, in apartments, the man's a killer.
Yep, for sure. Az is on for the 30 here. A couple more kills in the scoreboard. He will hit that. ViCi going to try and hold on to guns, potentially. They haven't really had the opportunity to do so. Their CT economy is still quite low, but I mean, doesn't really matter for them. They've made the umps work on so many occasions, really, haven't they, Mac?
They definitely have, but looks like we are going to see Zoking finally getting the information, unaware that there are two Ts so close at Haystack already, but Kaze will shut Azza down. Rat is actually going to get the headshot there. One Deegan Zoking. Last man alive here is Kaze, and it's a 2v3, and ViCi will just try to go for the retake here, looking to punish any over-aggression from the Renegades. All grouping up, but standing in the Molotov. Kaze has managed to find Liaz there. One more for Grat, and he's only got 30 HP remaining. The CTs are both making a lot of noise coming into sight, but the headshot angle is not going to be the play there for Grat. Good retake from Orman. You know, nice little trade, eventually getting the headshot there with the UMP, and ViCi will find an 11th round. Now only looking for 4 more before overtime.
Bombplant making the difference there for Jacob and Liaz in particular. A little bit lower on money. That's going to grab them a Molotov and some extra utility. Much more comfortable buy here for Renegades. Gratz onto the AWP.
I feel like the goal of the round was definitely achieved there for the Renegades.
Yeah. Bombplant, lots of damage. Not really going to matter just yet, but keeping the economy on the CTs a little bit more honest. Can't go towards that double AWP. Might have to go towards umps if some rounds get closer in the next couple. Deep smoke and the double Molotov for ViCi Banana. You see Grat, he got flash out on T-stairs, ready to put the riflers of Azza and Jacob straight into Banana, and there they go. Heading up Banana after that flashbang thrown by Grat, and it's been given by ViCi. They're in the double app setup currently. See if the spam from Jacob is as effective as it was for ViCi.
If he bothers going for it.
It looks like he's just holding for that boiler push thus far. He's just going to walk straight into the apartment, so no spam from him. JKS is going to have to be very careful here, and in general are going to have to be careful. It's a pretty individual angle from Zoking, but good timing on the peak.
Close range, deadly as always. Looking for some more. Grat caught with utility out, but Azza is there for the cover. And look at this crossfire. It's so solid. They haven't moved a muscle, but the wrap will come out now. 50 seconds remaining for Renegades to try to get to a site and try to get this bomb planted.
It's a beautiful call. The progression smoke towards the jungle side, and they wrap through CT. How much damage is Orman going to be able to do from Con here is the real question, Mac.
Oh, well, he started off pretty well, as has fallen over in CT spawn, and this could be the end. 2 men here trying to hold, but the split is coming in. Smoke towards Banana, and Advent looking to punish, but Grat goes straight into the crosshair. Comes out on top, takes Orman's head off, actually. Advent still here, last alive in the 3v2. Will allow the bomb to go down. And ViCi are looking to go for the retake here.
Look at the util on the rest of these CTs. Not going to need it, though. Freeman punishes Grat for jumping in the pits. All on JKS. Not undoable for him, though.
But here's the clutch man. And he's got the AK 1v3. Not sure if it was spotted. New box, but he will be mollied out. Advent not posting. Oh, and there was an opportunity, but Freeman, great trade. Good headshot onto JKS there. ViCi picking up 12th round, 3 behind Renegades. The comeback train is chugging. And Renegades just can't close this one out.
Again, 2 alive for ViCi. Keeps their money down a little bit more, but the drop's going to come out, and they're starting to build a little bit more there. That round is sort of one of the good examples of why Zoking, even though he only 1-for-1s, actually creates a lot of presence and a lot more pressure on the Renegades side. They have to really take their time in brackets control and making a bit more of a decision there, because I mean, Zoking going that aggressive, you kind of have to think, where are the rest of the CTs? Are they going to be right behind him? Are they elsewhere? They take their time going through bracket, and they make a good call wrapping through jungle, but really those 2 CTs tuck themselves into some pretty annoying positions to sort of Renegades to fork them out of, and they weren't able to do so.
But even Advent, like last alive on that B site there, just not getting over aggressive, just letting them play for retake.
He's done that many times. He's just been chilling in con quite often and just waiting for his teammates, and that's It makes such an impact, doesn't it, when the Ts aren't able to get control of the construction area?
Yep, it keeps them second guessing. You know, they know that there is someone there, 100%. They always have to be worried about their backside.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what really forces Grat into going down into that pit position where he's able to be punished by the player coming up banana.
Yep.
Because he's not able to tuck himself into the back of the bomb site. He's not able to get his way into con there.
Oh, but Jacob, once again, not going to go for the wall spam. Not yet anyway. Waiting for the aggression over towards Boiler. Here we are, the slow peak. Oh, he gets the angle, though, and JKS will find Kaze. Zoking with a 2K. JKS and Jacob both getting traded out there.
Yeah, on the other side of the map, ViCi went for the banana control, but Grat flashed the two riflers up onto banana again, and now they have control back. Gets full white, though. He's running around in the smoke.
I don't know what I'm watching, but Advent is somehow alive in the smoke. Patient as always on the other side, locking him down and making sure he couldn't cause too much more chaos. And we do see the Renegades now with a man advantage, 2v3.
So he's going to need to use these nades beautifully here. Got a Molotov to flush one of these Ts out of position.
But Orman going through the smoke, crouching. There we are, Zoking finding one, but now Renegades know exactly where he is. 2v1, not going to peek, but the Molotov should force Azra out. He's 40 HP, and there's the headshot. So Liaz closing that one out eventually. Good trade there. Azza made it a little bit worrying. But, you know, Renegades 4 in the lead, 16-12 at the end of that game. It was a good start. Good start to the best of 3. I'm excited to see a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, ViCi, decent T-side from them in terms of the context of how well their T-sides usually go, but their CT was definitely their strongest side. It was really the battle of the CT sides. Renegades had some pretty cool tricks on their T-sides. Admirable effort from ViCi, a map that they're pretty decent on, but you have to really say that this is probably Renegades' best map, and it's going to be pretty difficult to take them out on it, especially for an underdog. So pretty decent effort there for ViCi. I thought they were going to get completely shut out of that one, but it was a good effort for them to be able to come back into it.
Yeah, I was pretty, you know, there was some good plays as we're watching right now. Great plays there in the map.
So much aggressive rifling in that series, in that map in particular. We'll see if it continues across the series.
There's
just really trying to get in each other's face.
It's action-packed. It's good and it's entertaining, you know. And good timings all across the board. This map definitely sort of fed to that sort of play style, you know, lurking, splitting around sites, just getting into those little positions where the opposite team just had to keep on worrying about where you could be next.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, the map control was pretty important. Utility back and forth was more of a factor for Renegades than it was for ViCi. I feel like ViCi on the CT side really relied on those setups to sort of get them through that CT side rather than relying on the utility most of the time. They're really relying on the crossfires and the teamwork and those individual riflers and the firepower there to get them through the rest of that map. So we'll see if that is a continuing factor for them in going into the next map.
Yeah, well, I think the next map is going to be Mirage, as I've just had a little look at there. And
which is another great one for Renegades. I mean, a lot of these Asian teams share a map pool that Renegades is pretty used to playing, so that can make it pretty rough to be able to take a series against them. There's no real map that you're able to go onto to surprise pick them and try to get a free win.
But ViCi did show some good colours there towards the end, you know, started to warm up, getting used to that sort of LAN environment. I'm not sure if they did get to experience too many rounds against Australis. I didn't actually have a look at the...
They did pretty okay. Like, they got 8 rounds, which is like, you know, they didn't get completely shut out. They had a round or 2 here or there, but not really able to do that, unfortunately.
Do you think they'll be able to get started a little bit earlier on in the map here in Mirage?
I hope so. It should be pretty interesting to see whether they start out on that T side or CT side. I always like to start out on the T side and try to get things rolling and set the tempo pretty early on Mirage. Like, you know, maybe slow crawling mid control, get the utility going, and then, you know, maybe a quick palace pop in the second gun round and suddenly you're up 5-0. I mean, we saw Order do some pretty good stuff on their T side of Mirage up against Na'Vi in a similar fashion. Maybe that could be a factor there for ViCi.
Could be the name of the day. Could be the, you know, lovely map that we're about to go and see. So, yeah, I'm excited. Who do you reckon is going to be the player to watch on Mirage?
I mean, I'm pretty entertained by Zoking's rifling thus far. Obviously, he's been pretty impressive, but I'm going to need to see a little bit more from Kaze. He's going to need to be pretty good on the AWP if we're going to see it be a bit more competitive, because we've got to say that Grat was on fire in that map in particular, and we need to see somebody go up against him to try to make a bit more of a contest of the AWP on AWP matchup potentially.
We've seen Grat definitely pop off on Mirage before. You know, he's Definitely one to watch as always. Very, you saw that aggressive AWPing play style there on Inferno at the top of Banana. The man just was not scared, had so much confidence, peaked again and again and again, and just kept on making it work. And ViCi just couldn't punish him. On Mirage, they might be able to punish him, as long as they can get the economy there and keep the extra utility going.
Yeah, so we'll see how the matchup between Renegades and ViCi goes on Mirage, a map that we always see on the Major Minor, right after this break.